Hey, my beautiful friend, it's Ed. I hope you're having a beautiful day. So, I want to talk to you today about my recent experience with going vegan. So, I've been vegan now for the last 14 days, I believe, and quite frankly, I am loving it. So, if you're considering doing it for whatever reason, then I just want to share with you my experiences to see if they're going to help you out at all. So the reason I thought I'd give it a go was for no other reason than to give it a go. So I've always liked vegetables, I've always liked eating whole foods, so I just thought I might as well give it a try with doing completely whole foods, with having no meat, no dairy, no eggs, so just no animal products, purely a plant-based diet. And so obviously I'm a personal trainer and I'm a fitness person, so I go to the gym between 3 and 5 times a week and do strength training. So it's been interesting to see how it's actually affected me, because there's a lot of people out there saying that you can't get stronger going vegan, that you're going to lose all your muscle and stuff like that. So I'm going to go through my experiences now and hopefully crush some of those myths for you. So the first thing that I've come across is that after I eat, I don't have any energy slumps, whereas before when I was having, I don't know, turkey chili for lunch for example, for about an hour afterwards I'd feel a bit sleepy, but I no longer get that. So it kind of makes sense, because when you're eating a plant-based diet there's not the heavier sort of nutrients in there. Obviously you've got a lot of great things for you, there are a lot of nutrients, a lot of minerals that you're taking into your body, but it's not heavy on the digestive system. Which means that the energy, it would appear that the energy is sort of released in a lot more of an easy way. It doesn't seem to drain the body of so much energy, which I think is awesome. So you eat your meal and then you go about your day as you would, feeling full of energy and full of life. So for the first thing I've discovered, I would say that is a bonus. Cha-ching! So the second thing I've come across is that I am actually stronger in the gym. So obviously I've only been on this 14 days now, so it's hard to really gauge if that is going to continue in that trend, but so far my muscles have been continuing to get stronger. And that's not to say that I wasn't getting stronger when I was eating animal-based diet as well, but my strength is continuing to improve. So that says something to me, that there is goodness in this. So that's starting to suggest to me that all of the people around saying that you can't get stronger and you can't get bigger muscles from going vegan is complete crap. I never thought that would be the case, because as long as you're getting the right protein and the right nutrients into your body, there is absolutely no reason that you can't grow and get stronger, and it's proving that way so far. So I am happy to roll with that. So strength is increasing. My energy in the gym is great, I feel good, and like I said, with the not having the energy slumps after you eat, that really ties in quite nicely. So the whole day my energy level seems to be more stable, I'm hitting the gym hard, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling strong, so another positive. Number 3, this is something which I'm quite surprised about actually, because I thought it was going to be pricey. It's actually working out cheaper than eating meat. So a lot of people go a bit crazy on the vegan diet and they buy all of the really fancy superfoody stuff, which I'm only obviously 14 days into it, but so far I don't think it's really all that necessary. So I think the problem with a lot of people that go vegan is they don't really know a huge amount about nutrients and what you should be feeding your body in terms of proteins, carbs and fats. Whereas I've got a big history with all that stuff. It's part of what I do every single day. I'm training people to know what to eat. So it's my life, what I do. So for me, I just have substituted all of my meat products where I was getting my protein with plant-based. So rather than having meat and dairy, now I'm having lots of kidney beans, chickpeas, butter beans, lentils, tofu, soya mince, and all that kind of thing. So I've just replaced what I had. A lot of people that go vegan that don't know about what they need to be feeding their body just cut the animal products out completely and don't replace the protein, which obviously, as we all know, is a very necessary nutrient that we need to put in the body. So in terms of cost, because meat is quite an expensive thing, the things that I've replaced them with, the whole foods like I just said, the beans, lentils and that kind of thing, legumes, they're so damn cheap, like ridiculously cheap. Like a tin of kidney beans, which will do, if I just had kidney beans, that would do one meal. That's only 20p. So it's ridiculous how cheap it really is, whereas a steak would cost anywhere between £2 and £5, I guess, for one meal. So it is appearing so far to be cheap. And to get in my healthy facts, which is another place where a lot of new vegans miss out on, where they just don't take that into account, the fatty acids that you would get from meat or fish, you can go ahead and get a supplement, so an omega-3 supplement. To be honest with you, I've just been taking a normal multivitamin that I would do normally, and also I've just been having nut butters, keeping the olive oil strong, having lots of other nuts and all that kind of thing really, so just keeping it simple. And so far my body's not shown any signs of not getting enough fat. So I think that's fine. As long as you're conscientious about these things, you shouldn't have a problem. Number 4, this was something which I was quite anxious about with giving it a try. I was really worried about the social acceptance side of things, because a lot of people think that vegans are hippies and vegans are mental. But the thing is, well, the way I've gone about it anyway is when people question me why I'm doing it, because I mean, when you're in a social situation like at a restaurant or something and you don't want to eat meat, people are going to question you. It's like if you stop drinking, people have 1,000,001 questions for you as to why you're doing it. So I've just been saying to everyone, I'm just giving it a try, and I found that that's the best way to do it, because no one seems to have a problem with it. And to be honest, if I continue going down the vegan route, which I think I will, to be honest, I'm just going to continue saying that. It's serving me well so far. I think if you go too hard in with the moral side of things, if you tell people I've gone vegan because I'm against the animals being killed and the animals, just the animal trade in itself, then that sort of leaves you open for debate and argument. Whereas I'm just trying to go completely neutral with it and tell people that I'm just trying it. It doesn't mean that's necessarily how I feel inside, and maybe I have got deeper rooted reasons for it, but I don't need to discuss that with people. That's my belief. Number 5, I have found that my digestive system is so much better. And what I mean by that, obviously this is something that was going to have to be discussed, wasn't it? I think this is a lot of people's first question when they find out about the vegan thing. Aren't you going to the toilet every 5 minutes? Well, no, actually you don't. That's not true. But the way I've found it is that I am more regular, in the sense of same number of times every day and same sort of times every day. I'm trying not to be too graphic with what I'm talking about here, but I'm sure you catch my drift. But everything just seems a bit more the same. I'm not going to go too deep onto that one, but you get the drift. Because when I was eating animal products, it could be anywhere between, some days I could go once, some days I could go 4 times. Whereas since I've gone vegan, it seems more stable. And the, how can I say this? You get what I mean. It's all stable. Number 6, this is something which I hadn't really considered before I tried going vegan. This is quite a simple one, but it does make a difference. So when you're cutting up animal products such as chicken and things like eggs, you have to worry about salmonella and bacteria things. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff with vegan, because it's all plant-based. You can't really get anything, there doesn't seem to be a huge amount of bacteria in there. So it doesn't really, you don't have to worry, you don't have to be really diligent with washing your, or remembering which chopping board has touched what, and then being really diligent with washing it. You just wash everything and you don't have to worry about what you've touched in that sort of respect. So although that's only a small point, it does make a difference. It makes it all a lot easier. And if you're out on the road, then you can eat everything raw, which is quite handy. So yeah, I'd say that is a positive, to be fair. So you don't have to worry about getting an infection of any kind. And yeah, like I say, if you're running really late for something and you haven't prepared some food, you can just go to the shop and get a tin of kidney beans if you want, drain that and eat them raw. There's no problem there, whereas you couldn't go into a supermarket and get some raw chicken and eat that, could you? So it does seem to make life a bit easier going plant-based, because you don't have to worry about infections and cooking everything. Number 7, this is one of my favourite points that I've come across so far. Due to the nature of the plant-based food, because it is less calorie dense, that means you can eat more of it. So I've noticed that my portion sizes are so much bigger than they were when I was eating animal products. Because especially things like beef and pork that are really quite high in fat, and because they're high in fat, they're high in calorie. So if you're on a calorie strict diet to keep your body fat low, then you can't eat too much of those things. Or so if your steak, your pork or beef steak that you're having is going to be 400 odd calories, that's obviously 400 calories you can't get elsewhere, and it means that you can't pile up on the carbs and the veggies as much as you can when you're vegan. Every meal that I'm having now is an absolute mountain of food, and for me that is a winner because I am one hungry lad. Seriously, I like to eat, so it works out for me perfectly. The portions are huge. I take my time eating them now. I'm trying to learn to go easy on the speed of my eating, because before I used to absolutely rush it down and then I'd sit there still hungry. So I'm trying to take my time with it, but even if I was eating them fast, it would take ages to get down, because they are some seriously big plates of food. If you have a look at my Instagram, you'll see the sizes of the food I'm talking about. And for one absolute mountain dish, you're talking 500, 600 calories. So still low calories. So that is another huge plus in my eyes. Number 8, this is something that was going to have to be brought up at some point. So this is more the moral side of things. And as I said, it's not necessarily the reason that I tried going vegan. But it's kind of a bit of icing on the cake. I only found this out the other day, but going vegan means you could potentially be saving between 300 and 500 animals' lives per year. So like I said, although that's not my primary objective of giving it a go, that kind of feels good. It's nice to know that. It's doing my bit for the world, and yeah, good on the animals. Wahey! Number 9, so now we're going for more of the aesthetic side of things. So this is with regard to training. And the fitness side of things. I've noticed since I have gone vegan, so 14 days in now, I've noticed that my water weight in my body has dropped off. So my body fat, it seems a lot lower, so you can see a lot more of my muscles. Obviously I've already said that I'm getting stronger, so my muscles aren't getting smaller, but you can see them more because my fat doesn't seem to be holding on to as much water, which is a real positive in the fitness industry, because any body fat lost means a more aesthetically pleasing body. So that is a real winner. I'm eating the same amount of calories, but my water retention is dropping down. And number 10, the final thing I want to say that I have witnessed is that I've got less cravings now, which is an absolute winner. And I don't know if that coincides with the fact that the meals are absolutely massive, because they really are massive. I'm talking big plates here. But I just don't seem to be suffering with the same kind of cravings I was with. I used to really crave biscuits all the time, and salty things. But I guess because I've cut out a lot of the salty meats from my diet, it means that I'm not needing that kind of thing. My taste buds are adapting to a more plant-based diet, which happens with any change in diet. Whatever you get used to eating, generally you crave that. So if you can eat more of anything healthy, generally you're going to want more healthy stuff. So that is a really good point to take down. So that is my 10 points that I've come across from going vegan. Again, it's only been 14 days, so it's kind of hard to gauge whether these are reliable or not, but I just wanted to share with you what I've come across. So everything to me so far is positive. The one thing I would say which has been a bit of a negative is that in the first 7 days or so I was seriously gassy. But I've learned that that's because I wasn't washing my lentils properly, and my beans and chickpeas. You've got to be kind of careful with washing them. This doesn't go against what I was just saying about you've got to be careful with keeping the bacteria down with the meat stuff. You just got to wash off the parts of the lentils and beans that are going to make you gassy. But that does pass anyway. I think that was just because I was taking on more fibre than before. So anyway, like I said, I think it's great. I'm loving going vegan. It's not to say that I'm going to stay this way forever, but so far it's looking good. Also, one thing that I have noticed is that I'm actually craving dairy more than meat. I haven't really missed meat at all, to be honest, but the other day I started thinking about macaroni cheese. Ooh. And I'm still kind of considering that, but you can get vegan cheese, so that should be a win-win. But all the replacements, so like soya beans and tofu, they've really replaced meat quite nicely. So yeah, I've not been missing meat in the slightest. So far, so good. If you've got any questions, please comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer you and share with you any other experiences that you want to know about. But I hope this has been helpful. Again, sorry it's only 2 weeks of experience, but still, it's all I've got at the moment, and I'll keep updating you with how it's going. So please like and subscribe to my channel if this has been helpful, and I really look forward to speaking to you soon. New videos coming every single week. Thank you for watching.